Hello and welcome to Friday. Now, I know we've been talking a lot about computers recently, especially yesterday, and well, computers are my life. I have a degree, I have 2 degrees in computers, so you're getting what you're getting. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, actually, 3 weeks ago now, 4? 3.5, on Christmas Eve, my computer decided to not boot up for whatever reason. After a bunch of troubleshooting, I figured out that it was the coin cell battery that had died. After buying a power supply and going through a whole rigmarole, it was the coin cell battery. Luckily, it was easy, but we got that sorted. Since then, I've encountered another issue which I could not figure out what was the root cause of until just today, really. Just a few moments ago. Well, a few hours. For whatever reason, ever since then, my computer would boot up kind of strangely. As in, sometimes it would hang on the BIOS screen for minutes. You know, the splash screen that you get at the beginning. Sometimes it would hang there for a couple seconds, and then, like, the computer would reboot, and then it would hang there again. And then sometimes it would kick over to the Windows booting screen, like the little spinning dots, and it would hang there for 5 minutes or something. And then sometimes it would boot up as normal. And I could not figure out what it was. I thought it was all the peripherals that I had connected to the computer, which aren't a lot. Webcam, capture card, and maybe a couple of other things. Microphone. That might be it. That's just plugged into the back with USB. There might be a couple of other things, but those are the major ones. And I, unplugged everything, and it was still having those issues. So I figured, okay, well, probably not the keyboard or mouse. Tried that anyway. Did not work. So I was confused. And then today, when I was in the operating system, I noticed something. So I have a couple of really old hard drives in my computer. I'm talking maybe 20-year-old hard drives. They're still fine. They're like I should check the date on them, but they're at least 15 plus years old. Definitely 15, probably closer to 18. And they're 250 gig. They don't do anything. They're just sitting there. They're plugged in, storing some really old files that I really couldn't care less about. If I lose them, I lose them. If I have them, it's a nice to have. But they're just there for excess overflow storage, and it's basically garbage data. So I have 2 of them. So there are 4 drives in my computer. There's a 1 terabyte SSD on a. I don't have it handy, but it's is this? Nope. Just a 1 terabyte SSD. 2.5-inch form factor. Then we have an NVMe that's plugged in, and then we have the 2 hard drives that are 3.5-inch that are years and years old. And as I was booting it, and when I was messing around on my computer today, I noticed that one of the drives was missing for whatever reason. So when I took my computer out, I made sure to deep clean it. I blasted it with a fan, like a compressed air, and just cleaned everything, wiped everything down, made sure it was nice. I also made sure to reseat the cables and make sure pop out the RAM, pop out everything, and just reseat everything because you're moving around the computer, and that shouldn't cause any issues. After I put it back, I figured, okay, it should be good to go because I did everything I needed to do. Turns out there might have been just during that movement from the center of the room to maybe 6-10 feet away, one of the SATA cables, so the data cable for the hard drive, was just slightly loose, and I think that might have caused all of my issues. It could have been some other thing, but after just sliding the panels off and just reseating every cable that's plugged into the drives, we're fine now. My computer boots up in less than 20 seconds. You know, I can, let's see, if I press this button on my, let's start a timer. That's not timer. Okay, restart here, and then to press the button on my phone, which is here. As soon as I hit the click, there it is. Starting the timer. We are at, you know, as soon as I see the screen flash out of the corner of my eye that I see my desktop, we'll be good to go. But should take 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 40, but it's usually under a minute, right? I can rely on it to be rather quick boot up process. And just having to worry about, you know, oh, I need to turn my computer on 10 minutes in advance before I'm going to start using it because it's not turning on properly. That's that sucks. But I'm seeing it now. So yeah, 40 seconds, that sounds about right. Almost, I see a black screen. There it is. 47 seconds. So yeah, under a minute. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with under a minute. Under a minute to usable desktop, perfectly fine with me. You know, 10 minutes to 15 minutes sometimes, and you know, even if it's like, that's excessive, that would drive me crazy. And it did drive me crazy. So I'm glad I figured that out, that it was something as simple as just reseat the cables, because I thought I did, but it's always good to double check your work, and in this case it was necessary. So, you know, what can you do? Tomorrow, hopefully, I know the weather's not going to be great, but let me just verify, see everything's okay. Forecast, hourly. Maybe yeah, it's gonna rain tomorrow afternoon, but I'm expecting that order for the stuff we were discussing yesterday. I'll talk more about this tomorrow, but outside there is a splitter for coax, and it is 5 to 1000 megahertz, which is not what you want to be seeing if you're going to be doing Mocha, because that requires higher. So I ordered a couple more splitters, and hopefully those will just solve everything. Looking forward to talking about that tomorrow, but for now, that's what I'm going to call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then, later.